A true icon in the sport of mixed martial arts. One of the greatest strikers to ever compete in MMA, had the Muay Thai background, but always interested in boxing. And he was a sniper in mixed martial arts, used all of his limbs, of course, his hands, his elbows, his knees, and his feet. But here he is tonight, coming into his 6th professional fight, 3-2. He does hold a win over former middleweight belt holder Julio Chavez Jr., who, of course, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. last victimized by Jake Paul. Anderson Silva went the distance with Jake Paul, was dropped and outpointed, and we've already told you what happened to Tyron Woodley. So, two former Jake Paul victims look to, well, do it boxing style, despite their legendary MMA resumes. All right, with the official introductions, here is Big Mo.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, our next contest is scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds in the Cruiserweight division, live from right here in Miami, Florida, and live all around the world on Netflix. Promoted by Nikisa Bedarian and Jake Paul's Most Valuable Promotions. Our 3 judges scoring this bout at ringside: Efrain LeBron.
Oh, dang.
Villazon. And our referee in charge when the bell rings is Sam Burgos. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 2 warriors, 1 fight. Who wants it more? Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black trunks with pink and blue trim. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighed in at 194 pounds even. And he fights out of Ferguson in St. Louis, Missouri, introducing the former UFC welterweight champion of the world, the chosen one, Tyron Woodley.
What you need?
And now his opponent, standing across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with yellow trim.
Yeah,
he stands
he said
6 feet,
Anthony Joshua's
2
not
inches.
good under pressure. So with that being said, what he's going to try to do, I mean, he's going to try to use his movement, but
Tall. He weighed in at 191.4 pounds, and he fights out of Los Angeles, California, by way of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Introducing the former UFC middleweight champion of the world. He is the longest reigning UFC champion of all time. Miami, all rise for Anderson, the Spider Silva.
Right, but when Joshua beat Klitschko, he was younger. He was hungry. Nah, bro. Let's really look at Joshua, bro. He ain't hungry for it, bro.
All right, gentlemen, welcome to the 305. Remember, get the instruction in the back, obey my command, protect yourself at all times. Right here is good, right here is good. At the bell, come out fighting. Touch him if you like.
He is 100%. He was Gami.
One of combat sports' greatest ever, Anderson Silva taking on Tyron Woodley. They were outstanding inside the UFC octagon. Let's see what they have in store for us here in the boxing ring. And looking at Anderson Silva, I can be convinced that 50 is the new 30. My God, does he look good.
He really does, and they say the last thing you lose is your punch.
And he's got that knockout power based on his Muay Thai skills, but for Anderson Silva, it's all about that fluid movement. Even at 50, it's still going to be on his footwork and his ability to lull Tyron Woodley to walk into a trap.
Yeah, you see Anderson Silva right away in that southpaw striker stance. He's got, deceptive angles, and he's got that knockout power that he was able to hone through Muay Thai. Not the same come up, though, for Tyron Woodley, who got his background as an All-American wrestler, is how he honed his chops.
Anderson Silva, a very effective counter striker. You can already tell that he's waiting to launch that left hand. Tyron Woodley, yes, very good in wrestling, but he's always had an interest in boxing, and he has pop in that right hand. He bothered Jake Paul in their first fight with that right hand, but then was on the receiving end. The only guy to finish Jake Paul twice, and unfortunately he went viral for all the wrong reasons in the rematch. And I'm not surprised by the pace. Again, 50-year-old Silva, 43-year-old Woodley. You don't expect to see lightning quick speed, but how do you rate what you're seeing thus far, David?
Woodley's always had a massive right hook. That's been his signature punch. But Anderson Silva, he's so awkward. He's got a very, very unique style. And I was fortunate enough to share a bill with him 4 years ago where he fought Tito Ortiz. And came out very calm like this, but all of a sudden exploded one shot and put Tito to sleep.
I'm not totally surprised that the crowd reacting the way they are, and even now what we're seeing. I didn't expect to see a lot of punches being thrown to this round, knowing their backgrounds, especially Anderson Silva.
Shoot that hook down.
Anderson Silva is, as I said,
overhead.
It might not look like much is happening here, but all of a sudden, a shot will land.
I'm saying Silva got to throw that right.
Just over a minute left in the opening round. Silva
goes down, but he doesn't
corralled in the corner.
So when you throw that,
And I'm not surprised either. It's been quite some time since both of these men have been in a boxing ring. The last time Anderson Silva was in the boxing ring was back in 2022 against Jake Paul, like you mentioned, and then for Tyron Woodley, that was against Jake Paul as well in 2021. So rust doesn't begin to explain it.
Been against the problem child. Man, Silva's thrown just 4 punches, landed 1. So Woodley doing much better in terms of the offense, but then gets picked off right there as he goes for the jab to the body. Everything being relatively speaking, you would like to see a little more offense from both of them.
I would like to see some more offense, but this is Anderson.
So with the crowd.
I think we've been spoiled with the fights we've had tonight. All of the fights have been absolute action-packed. So this is the first one where we're getting a little bit of a feel out in the first round.
He never fought with you.
Tyron Woodley 8 of 21 in the opening round. Silva just 2 for 6. And there is the MVP Owner's Suite, the best experience in sports. Hey, this is a part of one-of-a-kind VIP offering from the MVP Owner's Experience, where every punch lands right in front of you. This isn't just a big event, it's your event. Nicholas Robledo, the trainer in the chief second in Anderson Silva's corner. Gerald Tucker Sr., the trainer for Tyron Woodley. And as we get set for round number 2, I want to mention that celebrated trainer and champion kickboxer Duke Rufus shaped Tyron Woodley into a mixed martial arts champion at Rufus Sport in Milwaukee. Duke Rufus died peacefully in his sleep on October 17th of this year at the age of just 55. A former broadcast partner of mine doing kickboxing, one of the greatest guys you will meet in Duke Rufus.
He's a wrestler. He's a wrestler. That's why.
Missed as we begin round 2. And there's a little more jump now in Anderson Silva's game, David.
He's warmed up now. There you go, little right uppercut. I think he wanted just to ease into the first round at 50 years of age. He needs a little time to get the engine lubricated.
Silva missing or stepping away from that right hand and walking into course for Woodley. That's the money shot. That's the punch that he's got to land. But remember, Tyron Woodley was a champion in MMA at 170 pounds. Anderson Silva ruled the roost at 185 and fought as high as 205 in MMA, and now here they are fighting a cruiserweight which spans 176 to 200 pounds. You know that very well, David Hay.
That was my old weight division.
My friend.
Anderson Silva naturally will come in and around that weight. He wouldn't have to drop too much weight. Woodley would probably eat himself up to that a little bit.
Mauro Ranallo with Christina Patra. David Hay, Silva